welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, drop a like on this video. I do drop new content on this channel every single day. So with that being said, let's just get right into it. I want to talk today about Sundial Growers, ticker symbol SNDL. And I want to just talk about if this stock is still worth it and if it is time to possibly give up on SNDL. Again, it all really depends on your entry point and where you currently or did enter SNDL. But currently sitting at $1.02, it just hasn't been the stock that a lot of people were expecting it to be, especially over the last month. So if we take a look at this right here, take a look at the chart. Back February 1st, $1.21. Or let's take a look at the 3-month chart. So back on January 26th, right, SNDL 51 cents, 55 cents, and then really just exploded, right? $3.04 was close to actually $4 that day. Completely leveled off down mid-February to $1.26, and then has just completely just kind of just fallen off, and here we are down to almost under $1 today. Again, up almost 2% today, but down to $1.02. And I think a lot of people just, it's crazy because this stock, to me, massive volume daily, right? 517 million trades of SNDL. So a lot of potential interest, a lot of hopeful investors, a lot of haters, a lot of people just talk about SNDL. Probably it's probably the most popular cannabis play of 2021. And with cannabis and the legalization of cannabis, the state of New York just announced the recreational approval of cannabis. Mexico, cannabis becoming legal there. There's legalization news coming out almost, it seems like, every week, and can continue until obviously the US legalizes it at the federal level, which I think when that happens, a lot of cannabis stocks will boom and a lot of cannabis stocks will bust as well. And like I've said in previous videos, in relation to SNDL, as far as the legalization in the US goes, I think it could go one of two ways for them. Obviously, it could have the stock boom because they're already a player in Canada and they have so many things set up. They could enter the US market with ease, or it could be the opposite, where the market is already so saturated and SNDL just kind of gets lost in translation there. But I wanted to just talk about, in my opinion, is if, SNDL is still worth it to potential investors, and is it still worth holding on to depending on what your entry point was. So back on March 25th, SNDL, they did announce a equity sales agreement, and they said they would sell up to 800 million worth of shares. And despite holding around cash price of around 719 million in the last quarter, I think the equity raise was pretty unusual for investors, and a lot of investors were kind of taken aback by it. And I think the management of SNDL thought the stock price was overvalued and they wanted to capitalize on it before the stock price dropped again. So at March 25th, if we take a look at the price, the stock was around $1.22. So they knew that it was probably going to drop, and it did. So that's probably, again, why they did the equity sales agreement. And I know SNDL, you guys, they are looking to acquire and merge and just have more deals like similar to that. But the stock offering did dilute investors, and I think in a negative way. And in the short term, I think the company, they get the cash to expand the business and acquire more, companies and have mergers and things like that. But as far as for the investors, I think it affected them negatively. And the CFO, again, of SNDL has said that they're planning, more expansion in like Ontario, Canada, and big markets in Canada. But again, like Tilray and Aphria, they're merging together to create the biggest wholesale cannabis distribution company in Canada. So then obviously you can see Tilray making big moves as well. So the market as a whole in Canada, very big. A lot of companies, there's companies like High Tide, Aurora Cannabis, Cannabis Growth as well. And I think Sundial, although market cap 1.71 billion, I think here, depending on where you got in, I would just say, in my opinion, hold on to SNDL. I think it's like kind of a stock where it's going to be somewhat of a long-term hold here. You got to see what they're really doing and what they have going on. But to me, it's like the volume for SNDL is absolutely crazy every day. And for the price to be sitting where it's been sitting for quite some time, um, it's really interesting, you know. I think the so for example, Sundial, I think they can match up with their competition, but just as far as investors go and some of the moves they're making, until we see these come into fruition, I don't see a massive change in this price anytime soon. As you can see, I mean, it's been no higher than $1.65 since end of February. So we're closing in on 2 months of the stock just kind of remaining at this low level $1 to 1.35 range for where it's been for quite some time. So again, I think Sundial has experienced pressure from investors this year, specifically, obviously, with the popularity of the stock. And I just think for a lot of Wall Street analysts that I've been reading about, they're not bullish whatsoever on Sundial. The average price target on these analysts that I do look at is around 74 cents, so definitely below what the current price is. And I think there's a lot of warnings, you know, people telling people to stay away, and analysts telling people to stay away from SNDL. I think the Sundial stock, or any cannabis stock for one, is going to remain volatile. But I think SNDL could pop again sometime soon. Again, just my opinion. But if they announce, you know, some bigger deals, which I know they are trying to work on the back end, I would say that SNDL could pop again. And I would say, depending on where, if your entry point was anywhere below $1, I'm recommending, again, just my opinion, I'm not a financial advisor, to hold on to SNDL. I think right now, anything over $1, slightly overpaying for SNDL. And again, I think it will disappoint you moving forward, but again, has a chance to pop off if some announcements are made, mergers, acquisitions are made as well. So let me know in the comments below how you guys continue to feel about SNDL. I know it's been just a long road, long, boring road in regards to SNDL. It seems like every day you see the volume and you don't see the stock price really popping as you think it should. I feel the same way. So let me know in the comments below how you guys are feeling about SNDL, what's going on with you guys moving forward in regards to this stock. Hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, drop a like on the video, and as always, have a great day.